soul remembers your voice when all I hear is frustration and doubt. My soul remembers your grace when the hurt is searing as a desert. Still I never go without. My soul remembers. My soul remembers your touch when my body yearns to be cradled like a child. My soul remembers your strength when a heavy burden's weighing on me. I am sheltered all the while, sheltered all the while, whether at war or at peace.
All right, everybody, we will do this as call and response. So our opportunity to welcome each other in this space and into our hearts. So if you can look to somebody that is not next to you, perhaps behind, all right, across the room, in front of you, and we're going to say, welcome to unity. Welcome to unity. Somebody else, you'll say, where love is felt. Where love is felt. Find a new set of eyes. Connect with those eyes. Truth is taught. Truth is taught. Another set of eyes. Lives are transformed. Lives are transformed. Stay with that person and say, and all is well. And all is well. And then to the room, we'll send our energy and say, as we express the Christ within. As we express the Christ within. All right, so it is. Well done. So we have a wonderful treat today. We will be doing our music through CD. So this will be very much communal. Before we do that, I want to welcome everybody to our wonderful service. Welcome to Unity of Gainesville, where we already said where truth is taught and love is felt. What I want to do is, Reverend Betty, do you want to say a few words about our song and our flow of the day in terms of how we'll be interacting with the music?
Well, we're going to sing to this beautiful CD from Karen Drucker. We've sung a lot of her beautiful songs in the past, and it's Thank You for This Day. So if you want to get the lyrics on one side of your handout and be prepared, there's a little bit of an intro where she kind of chants something, and basically the whole song is a chant, so you'll catch on pretty quickly as we begin to play it.
So as our AV is getting set up, if we can stand, let's get the blood flowing, get our voices ready, those who are able to.
Say thank you, thank you, thank you, 'cause I'm so grateful, oh grateful, I'm so grateful. So I wanna say thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day, thank you for this day. this healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Now thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. I want to say thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. I want to say thank you. Say thank you. And just thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. Thank you. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I want to just say thank you now. Just thank you now. 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 Each and every day I'm gonna say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. It's something about gratitude that has that kind of energy, right? When we allow gratitude to flow in us, we can't help but dance a little bit, right? So there was no recommendation to dance or not dance, but there was a little bit of step in everybody back here, right? That's what happens when we engage in complete gratitude. My name is Ryan Hope Travis, and I have the privilege to be the Sunday service leader for today. What I want to do is just simply say welcome, welcome, welcome. So Reverend Betty, this morning, I was looking back at one of my inspirations for how I even came to Unity, and it was Maya Angelou. And so what she talked about was gratitude. And so this song is more than appropriate. And what she said was, if we can reflect and think about our ancestors, right, our elders, the ones before, the ones before, the ones before, and to know and to believe and to trust that we are their answered prayer, right? Because if we think about, if we think about how we praise, I think about, I have Resin, and we have this 4-week baby now, and so I'm thinking about them growing to be all that they desire and shine and flourish. And if we think about the tradition of love and that heredity of love, what's really happening is we are the response of our ancestors' prayers. Right? How incredible is that? And so one of her affirmations that I've included in my journey for the past year is she says, I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. Okay? So if you can look to the person next to you, the person behind you, somebody that you didn't come with, and we're going to honor Maya Angelou in this moment. We're going to find somebody and say, I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. How incredible is that? So before we get to the announcements, I want to hand it over to Reverend Betty, who's going to give us some really important announcements in terms of some activities that we have coming up.
Okay, can everybody hear me? Yes, I'm using a different microphone today. So the first one is the tea party. You've seen the flyer, right? So Rupali, are you? She's not here. I was going to rely on her for some things. That's okay. It's the first Saturday. She's here. It's help me again, and I didn't bring the flyer with me here for the tea party. So it's October. It's the first Saturday in October. So it is the first day of October. Thank you, Kristen. And so don't miss this. It's going to be fun. It's in this beautiful little tea shop that's in Alachua Way. And it's a way to come together in fellowship and have fun and have a wonderful brunch. I mean, it's really more than just tea and crumpets. I mean, it's a full brunch with some beautiful sandwiches and goodies and 50 varieties of tea you can taste. And there's hot beverages as well as cold beverages. And so the cost is $33 a person, and $10 of that are going to go to Unity of Gainesville as fundraising. And so it'll be a fun time and a way to contribute to the prosperity of Unity of Gainesville. So come, and there'll be some wonderful things. Anything else I should say?
Two things. It's a great place because this is a guy named Louis Blair who I have absolutely adored since I got to Alachua. And he is asking for a count because he's a professional. So if you wish to come, please, the next step is sign up on that clipboard in the little entry hall, which will then allow me to call Louis and say, we have 23 people, and then he can plan. So knowing you're going is half the job. The other half is letting us know that you're going. And the payment process at this time is,
and if you want to write a check, write it to Unity of Gainesville, but designate for the tea party. Make sure you do that. You can put it in the offering bowl if you want to do any Sunday up until then. And if you want to just see Barbara, who is going to be, maybe next week you're filling in for our administrator, our lovely Giovanna. You can go to the office and leave money. So see Rupali or Barbara if you don't know what to do with the money. So they'll handle the logistics of that. And know that it's going to be a check for Unity of Gainesville or cash for $33. Okay, so also another thing for your calendar is Saturday, the 24th of this month. The board is having what we do as ongoing leadership development, board development kind of activities. And so this coming meeting that we're having on the 24th is Saturday from 10 to 2. And we're going to be using a process that is being advocated from Unity Worldwide Ministries to help all ministries across the whole Unity system to refresh and renew and look deeply at who we are called to be in the larger community, what we have to offer, and who is it we are focusing on serving. And so there'll be a set of questions to be thought through and talked about and looked at. And so we particularly want our leaders, people who are board members, former board members, members of a leadership team, because we want to refine the process a bit. And then once we get the process set in what we want to see, not all the answers, of course, but the process itself, and we'll be introducing that on the 24th. And then we'll bring it to everyone, and we'll have a big meeting where everybody gets input to the answers to the questions, okay? So if you're interested in the front end, and if you're interested in leadership, it would be great for anyone to come sign up with Bonnie holding up her clipboard over there. She's got the sign-up sheet because we will need a head count. We'll for the number of chairs we set out, and we'll be having a potluck. Is that right, Bonnie? Potluck, yeah. Okay, good. And then the next day is Sunday, of course. So the 24th is our board development meeting. The Sunday after that, we're having, and I'm going to just go ahead with what you were going to say, Ryan, about the AV training. Gabe back there is leader of the audiovisual team. He's recruiting people for the soundboard. We need talent, and really, you can be trained. Anybody can be trained on the soundboard. You got the skill. He'll show you how to do it. And he's going to...
After service, if you're interested in helping run the sound.
Yeah, run the sound. And so we're doing more CDs, so we need some more help, and we appreciate anybody who's willing to do that. And Gabe's going to train people at 12:30, is it, Gabe, on that Sunday? 12 o'clock? Are you right after the service?
We'll do 12:30. 12:30.
All right, 12:30, so right after the service on the 25th. If
18th, they got changed back.
oh, okay, good to know.
Sorry.
All right, well, first we got to recruit people, and then Gabe will tell them when to show up, right? So if you want to work on the soundboard, talk to Gabe back there. Okay, and also that Sunday, many of you may know Dan Boardwine, who made his transition a few weeks ago. There will be a memorial service here, and Jackie Tatum is going to officiate. It'll be a beautiful service at 2 o'clock, Jackie?
2 o'clock on Sunday, the 25th.
The 25th. Okay, good. All right. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Reverend Betty. These are important announcements. Just want to add to it briefly. Shout out to Barbara Gordon. I don't know if y'all know, but there are renovations happening in the bookstore. So we are doing a special call for any donations that could help in the decoration. So if you have anything that's 12 inches that might be appropriate for the space, see Barbara Jordan. Okay, and then also, I forgot to ask a very, very important question, which is, do we have anybody joining us for the first time here at Unity? Anybody for the first time? All right, so we're all family here. Okay. I'm going to ask anybody here for the second time? Anybody here for the 50th time? All of us, right? 100th.
And the third time they show up,
That's
we give
right.
you a job, right?
That's right. Third time we show up, you got a skill set, all right? So also, another important announcement is that here at Unity, prayer is an essential practice, right? And so we have our prayer chaplain, Jackie Tatum. After service, we are all welcome to join in the spirit of prayer in our meditation room. If you also look on the gathering screen, in the screen in the gathering room, there are announcements. There are many, many people that's working behind the scenes that make this work. I'm thinking about Miss Gwen and all the work that she does. And so literally my 3-year-old, that is why he wants to go to church, right? So to see Miss Gwen, right? It has nothing to do with Unity, right? So there are a lot of people that work to make this service special and important. And so not to forget anybody's names, but just to hold them all in our hearts. With that, somebody who also is stepping in for us is Lori, who's going to be doing our daily word. Thank you, Lori.
Good morning. Today is September 11th, and the word for the day is remembrance. You will live in my heart. Whether they have passed on recently or many years ago, the people for whom I have cared deeply are alive in my heart. If I feel sad or lonely for those that I miss, I pause to recall a special memory or something unique about them that made every ordinary day feel magical. Reflecting on the love and joy that we shared and the blessings their lives afforded me, I feel comforted. I am thankful for those memories, will always be mine to treasure. I know that life does not end with death, life is eternal, and my loved ones will always be beautiful, beloved expressions of spirit. I am grateful for those who have passed from this this experience, continue to live in spirit and forever in my heart. For the righteous will never be moved. They will be remembered forever. Psalm 112:6. And the word for the day is remembrance. You live in my heart.
So for those of you who may not have met me, I'm Reverend Betty, and I'm what is called the Minister of Record here. So I come twice a month to visit you. I live down in the Tampa area, and I just feel very grateful to be associated with this beautiful ministry, and just, oh, what a wonderful feeling of renewed energy we're feeling here. I just loved it when I walked in this morning, and usually when I walk in pretty early, there's me and Steve. And this morning, I think there were 10 people doing their work in various aspects of the gathering room and down the hall and in the sanctuary, and everybody's like a beehive of beautiful, beautiful sacred service. So kudos to everybody for, again, volunteerism, a commitment to this ministry, and it is so beautiful. So I just feel honored to be here every time I come. And so we're going to continue the theme of inner peace. That's our theme for this September, and Carla introduced that theme last Sunday. And today I'm going to speak to, the title of my talk is, Wherever I Am, There is Peace. Wherever I am, there is peace. Notice what you're thinking right now. Notice your thoughts. Some of you went, yes, I know that in my bones. Some of you went, yeah, I'm kind of working on that. Some of you might have said, yeah, right. Because we're all at different places in our spiritual evolvement. As I was preparing my talk, I came across a beautiful poem. If there is to be peace in the world, there must be peace in the nations. If there's to be peace in the nations, there must be peace in the cities. If there is to be peace in the cities, there must be peace between neighbors. If there is to be peace among neighbors, there must be peace in the home. If there's to be peace in the home, there must be peace in the heart. Isn't that beautiful? Who do you think wrote that? Sounds like Gandhi or Martin Luther King or Mother Teresa, right? All our beautiful heroes and spiritual leaders. It was written in the 6th century BCE. The 6th century before the Common Era. The time when the Babylonians were oppressing the ancient Hebrews, and Buddhism was being discovered in India, and Taoism was, in fact, this is written by Lao Tzu, who founded Taoism, the Tao, the way of peace, the I Ching. This is universal spiritual teaching that there is peace within us, and it has come down through the ages, through all the master teachers. And so this is a great lesson for us to know that as we practice this particular spiritual journey, this path to peace, we're doing what was taught back in the, centuries ago. So peace is a state of consciousness, right? It's a state of consciousness that we can all reach. And I like to see it as inner peace is experiencing the now moment from our I am. Inner peace is experiencing the now moment from our I am. Now, I know we got a lot of teachers, and I'm looking out to Zoom. I know we've got people on Zoom that have been teachers, and that's probably not grammatically correct sentence, right? What do you mean, our I am? Our I am. Well, the I am, we know, is another word for the Christ consciousness within, the higher self within, whatever you like to call the true self, the true essence of you. That's the I am. And why do we say our I am? Because we're more than 10,000. We're more than 10,000. The I am in me is the same I am that's in you, Donna. The same I am that's in Jackie back there. The same I am that's in Bonnie and Paul and Kristen and Saradna and Ryan. The I am is the universal spark of divinity in us. And we've all got it. So it's not the little me, it's not the little, the human part of us that is capable of that inner stillness. We need to go to the I am of us to find always, see, wherever I am, there is peace. Wherever I am, there is peace. You don't have to will it, or it's not a struggle. You don't have to make effort. You can find it anytime that you choose to go inward to the I am. The Apostle Paul said, the mind governed by spirit is life and peace. This is our inheritance. All the qualities of the divine are within us. And so the peace that we seek is already in our heart. And that inner peace is just floating. It's floating in consciousness of the universal sacred vibrational field. That's what it is. We're just floating there when we make the decision to claim our peace. And so that's one of the things. It's a very simple notion that it's always available to us, but we've got to learn to go there, right? To go there, to go into a consciousness of peace is entering into what we call the silence, or listening to that small, still voice and remembering that we are spiritual beings. We are divine, having this temporary earthly experience. I also came across a quote. Now I'm going to keep on my favorite quote list from Pema Chodron. She is a Buddhist nun, and she says, "You are the sky, everything else is the weather." If we could just take on that idea, that consciousness, and that's what Jesus was teaching. By demonstration. Remember the story of, Jesus calming the storm. He's in a boat with the disciples. They're going to go out. They're on this huge lake, and this massive storm comes over them. The disciples are cowering in fear with the lightning and the thunder, and the waves are rocking this little boat, and they're scared out of their lives, and they look over, and Jesus is asleep in the bow of the boat, sleeping through the storm. And they're amazed at that. What a beautiful metaphor. What a beautiful story. And so Jesus wakes up, and they're just amazed, and he actually says out to the storm, "Peace, be still." But he's also speaking within to himself. Peace, be still. You know, he is showing and demonstrating also that the weather is temporary, because then the storm abated as well. And so that's what we'll find, that when we can calm ourselves by going within to the I am and trusting that that consciousness of peace is there. We don't have to make it up. We don't have to construct it. I think, you know, our modern viewpoint is that, you know, we humans can do anything. But we don't. We really just need to surrender to what we know is the greater power. So external circumstances are temporary. We are the sky. The rest is the weather. Things that happen outside of us are temporary. Conditions change, circumstances change. And yet we get so wound up, you know, in our human mind. Our egos want to just obsess forever about the outside, mostly because in our mind, we like to live in the past or in the future. That is psychologically proven. When, you know, the psychologists study our thoughts, and you check your thoughts. That's what we learn in Unity and New Thought, and many of the religions are, you know, observe your mind. Observe what's in your mind. If you're afraid, feel the fear. It's okay to know it's there. And that's the only way to overcome it, not to suppress it and ignore it, but to be in the moment and living in the now from the I am. That's what we want to keep practicing. And there are just so many examples of that. I keep coming up, every time I think of that school administrator in Atlanta. This was about, 6, 8 years ago. I mentioned that before. Usually I go back and look at the, I find it on the internet. There were newspaper clippings. There was all kind of stuff. She's the school administrator sitting at the desk. A man comes into the school with a gun. He's ready to wreak havoc. And she breathes deeply, very spiritual person. She looks over at him. She says, "Honey, you don't want to do this." From that place of the I am, she said, "Honey, you don't want to do this. Just think of what will happen. You're going to spend the rest of your life. You may even lose your life if you start shooting that gun." She talked him down. She talked him out of it. He surrendered because she found her peace. Gives you chills, doesn't it? There's so many examples in our world of, I won't go on because, we can dredge up all kind of horror stories, right, of just the terror outside that gets us shaken. But if we find that place of peace, we can see with new eyes. We can see through God's eyes. We can hear through God's ears. And what we need to do is test it out. Test it out. Practice it. I remember I did that consciously at one point. This was way back, I went to a Unity convention in Detroit, I remember. I don't know how many years ago that was. Were you at that one, Carla? And it was amazing. It was a wonderful conference, and I was just overstimulated by the last day. I just was taking in so much exciting stuff going on, and also just I'd never been to, I think I'd been in and out of Detroit in the airport, but I'd never been in Detroit. We got tours of the city, and we stayed right downtown and got to see the beauty of the place, because a lot of people, you know, had given up on Detroit at that time. It's refreshing and renewing now, but and so the last day I was just so overstimulated with good, but I just thought, okay, my flight doesn't leave till 8 o'clock tonight to get me back to Tampa, and I need to just go within, and I think I'll try to book an earlier flight and go home and process some of the stuff that's rattling around my mind. So I went to the airport probably about, I don't know, noonish or something. And you know, if you're that early to a flight, they won't even check your bags or anything. So I'm sitting there in the airport, and people weren't even at the desk at the gate that I needed to talk to people to rearrange my flight and get an earlier. I knew there was an earlier flight because I'd checked that out. So I went up, and the gate agent, or whatever they call the person, you know, who's doing the bookings, told me that, she gave me some outrageous number. To change my flight would have been as expensive as what I paid for my original round trip, just to change the flight. And I knew that didn't sound right. And right then, I just made up my mind to have a wonderful time at this airport, you know, because sometimes we go to airports, we get stressed out, you know, there's all this stimulus around us and people are rushing and whatever, and I just declared my peace, and I wanted to test this out. I mean, it was a very intentional exercise, and so I sat and just gave blessings to everybody around me, and everything I could see, I was giving gratitude. I was in the flow. And I think I went up again to the gate agent and asked if I could speak to a supervisor. But the supervisor wasn't even coming on duty till another hour or something. So I just patiently sat again and had a beautiful time, just being grateful and observing the now, what was going on around me, and being in tune with my senses and being in the flow, and just working that out. And I had no stress. I knew everything was going to work out for good. I kept affirming everything was going to work out for good. And it worked out even better than I could have imagined. And when the supervisor finally came, I didn't have to pay anything. I thought, you know, at least there'd be some fee to change, since she told me I was going to have to pay a couple $100 or whatever it was, you know. And it just worked out for good. And I went, oh, this is how it works. This is so good. You know, I love it. So I'm challenging you, test it out. When you've got stress around you, when you see the outside circumstances falling apart, they're not like you want them to be, or this person said something you don't like, or you know, if you're caught in the traffic jam on 75 for 2 hours, whatever's happening around you, wherever you go, there is peace. Wherever you are, there is peace. And it's really a matter of declaring your intention to go into that consciousness. But there are some things that help, you know, which is relaxing your body. You know, I have a little mantra about if I'm somewhere where I can't do a complete relaxation of my body, I'll just keep a mantra going like, relaxed body, calm mind. Relaxed body, calm mind. Or you can do whatever exercises you know of to calm your nervous system, because that is a real thing, you know, because when we get charged and that energy's running through our body, you know, so we want to just drain out that excess energy, have a calm, a relaxed body, and we want to calm our mind to be present in the moment. So one of the early daily word and prayer managers at Unity headquarters was May Rowland, and she says, entering the place of silence is not hard. If it seems hard to you, perhaps you've been making it hard. See, because you think it's hard. But that's why I'm encouraging us all to keep practicing it. It's not that hard. If you calm, you know, relax your body, declare your mind is clear and calm, and then go within. And as you keep practicing it, you'll find you can do it more easily and quicker and quicker and quicker. And I found a poem. This was just a poetry open platform where people could just send their poems in. So I don't know who wrote this, but the hashtag was Rainbow Moon. Beautiful name. And this person wrote a poem called Sanctuary and described for him or her what that felt like. Enchanting solitude, lost in space, yet found. The silence implores to go deeper, healing the mind field created by chaos, silencing the chattering mind, the numbing, the madness. Beneath it glistens jewels of truth and virtue. Check in on the inner child, connect with Creator, soothe and release that which does not serve. The cage I constructed on my own can be overthrown. I vanquish the false narrative, like, oh, this is terrible, and realize the power lies within. Isn't that beautiful? Oh. So now I invite you to go into meditation, getting relaxed now in your chair, feeling that chair supporting you, where you don't have to hold yourself in any particular way. You just relax now. Feel your feet planted on the floor. Feel the vibrations of Mother Nature, Mother Gaia, our beautiful Earth planet. Feel those vibrations coming up through the ground, through the foundation of this building, into your feet, nurturing your body. And then just gently move your attention to your heart space, that beautiful space, the second brain, that place of sanctuary, that place of love. And let an image come up in your mind of someone or something or some place that you love dearly. And feel the vibrations of love for that person, place, or object. Let those vibrations of love expand, feeling a sense of warmth in your heart space. The beautiful waves of love just filling your entire body. And feeling love, receiving love yourself. Knowing that you are loved beyond measure. And that your true essence is love itself. That you are a bringer of love to the world. And in this beautiful time of sanctuary now, create the intention to bring more inner peace into your life. And let a vision come forth of what that looks like to you and how you enter that space of the silence anywhere you go. And how it fills you and fulfills you. And how you hold your body when you are walking in that consciousness of peace. And how you interact with others from that consciousness of peace. Just see this as though you're creating your own movie and you are the star. And if there is any external situation that is bringing you some worry or doubt or fear or anger, see how you approach it now from a consciousness of inner peace. And now give thanks for what images came up or what feelings came up. And affirm to yourself, wherever I go, there is peace. Wherever I am, there is peace. And now all together, let's send out these beautiful vibrations of peace around the world. And our beautiful feelings and thoughts now join as we send these vibrations out into the thought cloud that surrounds the world, so that these messages of peace are experienced and felt around the globe. And we give thanks, knowing that wherever I am, there is peace. Amen and amen. So it is.
Thank you so much, Reverend Betty. We're going to move into
Some music,
Some
actually.
music, yeah.
Some music. Actually, the music we're going to play is called I Am the Thinker. So it's kind of like being the sky, right? You're the sky and everything else is the weather. Well, you're the thinker, not your thoughts. You're the thinker. You got it? You're going to sing along. You can come up and sing with me.
I'll be mouthing up here, okay?
I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life.
That's so cool. And when you think about it with the context Reverend Betty was just talking about, where it says, I am wisdom, I am light, right? We are calling that which is us. This is incredible. What I want to do is I want to invite all of us to participate in the spirit of giving, right? We embrace the principle of giving as a spiritual practice. So you are invited to take your love offering in your hand. If you've already given electronically, imagine it. And I want you to place it on your heart. Place it on your heart. And repeat after me. Divine love expressed in me. Divine love expressed in me. Through me. Through me. As me. As me. Blesses and multiplies all that I have. Blesses and multiplies all that I have. All that I give. All that I give. And all that I receive. And all that I receive. And we bless our gifts knowing that as we give, our blessings are multiplied. We should do like a little one day town hall where we just like all chime in and say, listen, y'all, this stuff works. And it does. I want to hand it over to Miss Gwen, my 3-year-old's favorite person on the planet. Okay. Yes. I told Miss Gwen, to get him to church and say, we're going to see Miss Gwen. And he jumps up.
He also told me that you were walking up one morning and he said, oh, we're going to Miss Gwen's house. So, welcome home. I just wanted to share that I have a place of peace. It's on my riding lawnmower. Nobody can bother me. I only hear a hum, and a grasshopper rode with me for miles the other day. And the affirmation for this month that I was working with the children with, and you can repeat after me, I'm a precious child of God. I'm a precious child of God. I love me. I love me. Now look at your neighbor. You are a precious child of God. I love you. I love you. We are precious children of God. We are precious children of God. We are love. We are love.
All right. Thank you, Miss Gwen. So, is it true that our peace song is on CD today? Okay. So we invite everyone to stand. Let's get in the circle. And Reverend Betty is giving us treats with the CD today. So our peace song is coming electronically through the airwaves. As we circle, I literally forgot. Thank you so much for reminding me. Our children's blessing. Oh my goodness. Yes. So this is how, I'm talking about resin all day, so here we go. This is our nighttime little journey right before bedtime. So we're gonna rub our hands together. I want y'all to think about as we rub all the children, the neighbors, the nephews and nieces, the children who are now in their 50s, right? All the kids. Yes, all the kids in our hearts and all the kids as we imagine them running through the church, telling them to stop running, all right? This is the sanctuary, okay? Sorry, we're gonna put our hands and we're gonna say, children, we love you. Children, we love you. Children, we bless you. Children, we bless you. We see you doing wonderful things. And we see the Christ presence within. And for our song, we love you, we really, really love you. Right. For our peace song.
just where